How's everybody doing? See, I'm finding out different things. Now I'm on the panel. When L&T invited me to this thing, I thought I was just coming to hang out. Now it's two panels. I got to give a presentation. And I guess I'm going to have to bill you guys like you guys bill us, because I had no idea I had to do any type of work. I was just going around trying to figure out about the digital transformation. Yeah, I get things are changing by the minute. I want to talk about the connected company. When we start looking at the digital transformation, we start looking at operations, sometimes we get enamored by everybody that's throwing stuff at us. We get overwhelmed, and then we take it to work. We create a 30-page slide deck for a senior vice president or a CFO to look at. And then they kick us out of their office because we don't articulate what the true meaning of the digital transformation is, Industry 4.0 is, a connected company is. It's how can we accelerate productivity? How can we do things with less? How can we make the company of value? How can we show that benefit in our plant floor, in our end-to-end operations, the entirety of our supply chain? And how can we accelerate that through people, process, and technology? On the right-hand side, we look at the outcomes that we're trying to enhance, right? Customer experience. The customer wants a product on time, as efficient as possible. That's what the business depends on us for, an efficient product so they can price it appropriately in the marketplace. We have to do that in operations, and that's what Industry 4.0 gives us the tools to do. End-to-end product lifecycle visibility, and in turn, optimization over the entirety of the value chain. If we look at this from plan to service, that's our digital thread. NPI with our electronic bill of materials, transform to our plant floor manufacturing bill of material, to our service BOM in the field. That's our end-to-end to look at how we can drive what? Productivity, efficiency, and inventory. In our plant floor, if we have the proper materials that we're building according to our schedule from our forecast, and we actually act on what we see as we build it to drive out any type of waste, we become more efficient. Efficiency realized in dollars is productivity. It also, if we're building the right thing at the right time, according to the right schedule, no whip, no extra finished goods, you have the right inventory. That's what Industry 4.0 is all about. Behind all of the presentations from all of the technical companies, we're trying to accelerate productivity. The company, the business depends on us in operations to get that productivity. And we have to find better ways to do it. The low-hanging fruit is gone. It's gone. So we have to look at different methods to become smarter in our end-to-end operations, from raw materials to conversion. And Industry 4.0 will get us there. We just have to be mindful that we concentrate on our fundamentals, because a lot of times we're jumping ahead and putting tools on processes that aren't even broken. That's a waste. We have to understand our pain points for our plants, and then you apply the appropriate technology to drive efficiency and realize the productivity on the plant floor. This goes through the ecosystem we have to create to be ready for Industry 4.0. Connecting, right? We have to have our data right. I talked about the E-BOM, the M-BOM, to the S-BOM. If we don't have our data properly set and governance of that data, we're going to have garbage in, garbage out. Standardized processes. What KPIs are we trying to improve? This is a little hint for everybody. Whenever you talk to people that you're trying to sell your idea to, talk to them about their problem. A lot of times we're dependent upon, as the operations leaders, to be sort of like the go-between. We're the translator from the analog to the digital world. And we have to articulate to the operations folks on the floor, how are we going to help them improve their day-to-day operations? To the CFO, how are we going to get a return on what they invest? We have to speak their language. We can't speak our language. We can't speak death by PowerPoint, confusing things that only we understand. And that's why we don't have the adoption rate of Industry 4.0 that we all want to have, because we can't articulate the message appropriately, right? Connected factories, transforming the change management process, analytics. Before we can even get to analytics, we have to understand what analytic are we trying to have? How is it going to improve business performance? And that's where we get down to the value benefit of the technology. And the last slide is just a vision of what this may look like in my eyes. I always try to start with outcomes. What am I trying to get somebody? Customer experience, risk mitigation, which translates into cost, visibility, can I act on what I see, total cost management. In operations, we're dependent upon to manage the cost. Business units, they're dependent upon to price it appropriately and have a margin level. The lower we go down in our cost structure, the better we have in our margin, or the better they can price it to have us gain more revenue. The strategy, assess the environment, understand the pain points of the plants, and truly listen, apply the appropriate technology to those pain points, then you scale it. Enablers, design, have to have a design for X, design for manufacturability, design for automation, design for assembly. You need to lean. You need to flow. Understand how your plant's flowing from raw material to finished good. Automation as it applies, connected machine, connected data, analytics, that matters. We all talk about data. Let's go get a lake. Put it in a lake. What are you going to put in the lake? What are you going to extract from the lake? No, we don't know. We're just going to put it in the lake. And then we put it in the lake, and we're not pulling out the right analytics. It's waste. Wasted time, wasted resources, unused data, no need for the data. But it's a cool buzzword, and we can all play buzzword bingo, because every lake is your cloud. Oh, okay, bingo. No, you have to actually understand what you're using this technology for, or the CFO, or the person who wrote the check that one time will never write another check, and we won't get adoption. Organizational design, the people who actually consume the information. You have to have an organization that's ready to consume this type of technology, this type of transformation. And then you have true network optimization across the entire value chain, from plan to service, then the feedback to service, to go back to the planning or the NPI cycle. And that, my friends, is what we'll call Connected Company 2025. But just remember productivity. That's what we're dependent upon to do. And if we don't get down to the 3 to 5% productivity to refuel the company, they'll find somebody else to do it. So thank you.